Welcome to another episode of Kookievision. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a decorative technique for adding to your cookies. And I'm starting out with this little cookie turntable. It's about 4 inches in diameter, and you can find them online anywhere. If you can't find one, you can always manually turn your cookie as well. And I've just got a regular Plaque cookie here that I've kind of splattered some gold on, and it's been flooded in a white royal icing. And I'm going to show you two ways to do this. One of them is a guide, and then the other way is without a guide. And I'm going to show you with the guide first. So I've got a Chef Master food pen here. This is a green color, the dark green. And I'm going to basically lightly, very lightly with the fine tip end, basically just draw a line to follow where I want the fern leaves to go. And this will really definitely help you keep everything in line and even as well. And you can kind of see that I followed the curvature of the top and bottom. It's about 1 centimeter away from the edge. So what I've got here is a stiff consistency royal icing, and I chose a nice mossy green for this. And I'm using a number 1 tip. And ignore my brown finger here. I was actually doing a lot of splattering this day, so my finger always gets covered in copious amounts of dye. So what I'm doing is I'm starting at the end of the line, and I'm basically just putting a lot of pressure on the piping bag in one place and then releasing pressure as I pull it. And I'm just pulling it basically into like little teardrop shapes, and they almost right beside each other, the 2 teardrops on each side, or the 1 teardrop on each side, almost makes it look kind of like little hearts that you're creating. And then you get to the end and you just kind of pull it, and I'll show you again on the other side here. So basically you apply the tip to the cookie, and you're working very, very closely to the cookie here. Normally with piping around the edge of a cookie, if you're going to be flooding, you're usually working pretty high above the cookie to get some good height and some good control. But in this sense, you really want to work nice and close to the cookie, and you're almost kind of like dragging your tip along the cookie. And what this does too as well, especially if you're using a really stiff consistency like I am now, if you look really closely, you can see almost like an indent running down the center of each of those tiny little fern leaves, and it really gives it lots of texture. It makes it look excellent. And you can see here a nice little close-up of those little indentations in those leaves. And next I'm going to be showing you a freehand way to do it. So once you've done it with a guide a few times, it becomes pretty easy to do it freehand, especially when you have a cookie like this and you have an edge to follow. So I'm just basically following the natural curvature of the bottom of the cookie, the bottom and the top of the cookie. And again, I'll just run through this again with you. You're just basically building pressure, so you're creating 1 teardrop at the end, building pressure, pulling, dragging, and releasing pressure. And you don't start at the line. You always start a little bit above and below the line, and then you end the teardrop right where the line would be. So you're basically just using that, imaginary line as a guide. And again, I'll flip this cookie over using my turntable, and I'll show you again. And just to let you know, like, you don't have to do like a curve or anything like this. You could do it in any sort of pattern that you want. You could do like a straight line or a curved line or an S line. Just basically just create your line and then just follow it. That's all you really need to do. It's just a series of teardrops on each side of the line, and it creates this very, very nice decorative technique, especially for nice wedding cookies like this. This was actually a wedding cookie that I ended up actually finishing with a monogram, some lettering here. You can see the A and the T, and then I added a few little sugar pearls on the sides just as a decorative touch. So I hope that helps you add a little decorative piece to your cookies. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like me on Facebook and on Instagram. Bye!